Good afternoon, Vande Mataram, Jai Hind. Welcome to Chintamani 9617 platform. Today we are going to learn about the preamble of the Constitution. So without wasting time, let's just start. The objectives of the resolution for the making of the Constitution of India. December 13, 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru moved the historic objectives resolution in the Assembly. It laid down the fundamentals and the philosophy of the constitutional structure. The preamble to the Indian Constitution is based on the objective resolution of Nehru. So, the preamble. The term preamble refers to the introduction or preface to the Constitution. Is the kind of summary or essence of the Constitution. So basically, the preamble means the index in every book we see. That's the type of the preamble. The American Constitution was the first to begin with the preamble. The first preamble it is made in the American Constitution. N.A. Palkiwala has termed preamble as the identity card of the Constitution. The preamble is somewhat based on the objective resolution moved by Nehru in the Constituent Assembly. So, the preamble has been amended only once. Only one time only it has been amended. Amendment means the changes which has been done for the betterment of the Constitution of India. It is done by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. 3 words were added by the amendment: socialist, secular and integrity. To remember these 3 words, just summarize it at ISS. Integrity, socialist, secular is these 3 terms, the 42nd Amendment Act 1976 and the 3 words socialist, security, secular and integrity. It is been asked in the exam, so note it down. Then the preamble reveals 4 ingredients of or the components, sources of the authority of the Constitution. The preamble states that the Constitution derives its authority from the people of India. Nature of the Indian states. It declares India as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic polity. Objectives of the Constitution: to provide justice, liberty, equality and fraternity to the citizens of India. The date of adoption of the Constitution. I told you about the date of adoption, that is 26 November 1949, but it is enforced on 26 January 1950. Then in Brewery Union case, the Supreme Court said that the preamble isn't a part of the Constitution. So basically in this case, the preamble is the index of the Constitution, but it is not part of the Constitution. But in later on, in Keshwanand Bharti case, the Supreme Court rejected the earlier opinion and held that the preamble is the part of Constitution. In Brewery Union case, Supreme Court said that the preamble isn't the part of the Constitution, it is just the index. But in Keshwanand Bharti case, it rejected the earlier opinion and said that the preamble is the part of the Constitution. Later on, the preamble is neither a source of power to legislature nor a prohibition upon the powers to the legislature. Provisions in the preamble are not enforceable in the court of law, that is non-justiciable. Means whatever written in the preamble of the Constitution, it is not, I repeat, it is not justiciable in any court of law. You can take it, we see that many of the politicians use these the words in the preamble for in the speeches. So later on we can't make any objections on their speech because it is non-justiciable. So they play smart. What are the words that is written in that? The first one is the sovereign. The word sovereign has been taken from the French Constitution. India adopted the concept of sovereignty in the year 1952. Sovereign country is a country which is not only physically free, but it is also free to make its own policies and laws. That is, there is no interference of any foreign country while making the policies and laws by the government of India. That means sovereign means it is free country to do anything and make any laws for the public and the people of that country, and no any foreign country. We had the British rules, but now it is not there. So no any foreign country, any power will make or influence in the policies that is made by our government of India. Then the socialist. The socialist system was the first introduced in USSR. Under this system, the government holds the ownership of the sources of production as well as in all the economic activities. The idea of socialism in India were given by Mahatma Gandhi, and that's why Indian socialism is also known as democratic socialism or Gandhian socialism. The idea of socialism in India were given by Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi gave the idea of the socialism from the USSR. So that's why it is in India it is known as democratic socialism or Gandhian socialism. Then the secular. A secular country is a country where there is absence of religion. That is the country which is not having its own state religion. In India, positive form of secularism is followed where all the religions have been given equal right. Basically, secularism means there is no any particular religion for that country. In India, we see there are a lot of religions. So the secular country means the collection or group of religions, but no any religion is superior than other. Then the democratic. The democratic country is a country where the government of the country is elected by people and where all the citizens of the country has the right to take part in the election. In the democracy, there is concept of bi-party or the multi-party system. The democracy is further divided into direct and indirect democracy. So basically, democracy means democratic country means the people, we elect our one person for the governing of the country, and there might be a one political party or two or many political parties for the democratic country. So it is also further divided into direct and indirect democracy. Then the republic. The republic means Ganatantra. Republic country is a country where the head of the country comes through the electoral process and not through the hereditary process. Means same as the democracy. Republic means we elect that person and not by the hereditary. That means the king, which was earlier system was there, the hereditary process, the king, then his son, and then his son. That's not the part in this type of constitution, republic word. Then the justice. The preamble encompasses the term justice in three different forms: social, economic, and political, which have been achieved through various provisions of the fundamentals and directive principles of policy. The social justice in the preamble refers to the creation of the more equitable society by the constitution based on the equal social status. Economic justice refers to the equal distribution of wealth among the different members of the society, so that wealth cannot be concentrated in a few hands. Political justice refers to the right of all citizens to equal political participation. The equal constitution provides universal adult suffrage and equal values for the every vote. That means justice means nyaya. So basically, we have to give a justice to each individual of the country equally. That's the meaning of the word. Then the equality. The equality refers to the abolition of privilege or discrimination against any section of society. The preamble of the constitution provides equality of status and opportunities for all the people of the country. The constitution strives to provide social, economic, and political equality in the country. Equality means every individual is equal. There is no any caste, religion, sex determines or provide further opportunities for that. So basically all individuals which are present in the country are equal. Then the brotherhood, bhaichara. Brotherhood refers to a feeling of fraternity. The preamble of the constitution promotes brotherhood among the people to maintain the dignity of unity and integrity of the individual and the nation. That means brotherhood means that we know ये मेरा भाई है, भाई भाई. So basically brotherhood means the promotes the people among living. We are living in the society, so we have to maintain the particular type of relation with them. That's the meaning. Then the parts, the articles and the subjects which were there in the preamble. Part 1 says that the union and its territory, article 1 to 4. Similarly, part 2 citizenship, article 5 to 11. Part 3 fundamental rights, article 12 to 35. Part 4 directive principle, article 36 to 51. Part 4a fundamental duties, article 51a. Part 5 union territory, union government. Part 6 the state government. Part 7 it is repealed by the 7th Amendment Act 1956. Part 8 the union territories. Part 9 the panchayats. Part 9a the municipalities. Part 9b cooperative societies. Part 10 the scheduled and tribal areas. Part 11 relation between the union and states. Part 12 finance, property, contracts and suits. Part 13 trade, commerce and intercourse within the territory of India. Part 14 services under the union and the states. Part 14a tribunals. Part 15 elections. Part 16 special provisions relation to certain classes. Part 17 official language. Part 18 emergency provisions. Part 19 miscellaneous. Part 20 amendment of the constitution. Part 21 temporary, transitional and special provisions. Part 22 short titles, commencement, authoritative text in Hindi and repeal. You have to remember all the parts as well as the article. So I have made one small trick to remember a few parts and the subjects. Like this trick to remember, you can fly directly from United States using paramilitary special rockets. So what does it mean? For you can remember as union and its territory, part 1. C, you can remember it as the citizenship, part 2. Fly in that F is represent as the fundamental rights. D for directive principles of state policy. F for fundamental duties. U for union government. S for state government. U again union territories. Then P for panchayat. M for municipalities. S for the cooperative societies and R for the tribunal areas. So basically to remember that, just take a look at this. First of all, the part 1. So starting with the constitution, you have to from outer area to inner area. So basically we have to mark our territory, the Indian territory. So the part 1 will be the union and its territory. Then who are living in the country, then we have to give them a citizenship. So part 2 is the citizenship. Then we have to give the citizens, the people in the country, some rights to do. So part 3 is the fundamental rights. Then the part 4 is the directive principles of state policy. We have to give some policies or some areas for the state. So that is the part 4. Then the part 4a is added later on, that is fundamental duties. Part 5 is the union government. After union, then come the state. Part 6 is the state government. Then part 8, the union territories, the state territories. We have to mark out the boundaries for the UTs. Then the 9th, the panchayat samiti. Panchayats, we know the panchayat samiti, municipality 9a, and the 9b. You have to make sure you remember this, the 9b, the cooperative societies. This question has been asked in various exams. Then 10, the scheduled and tribal areas. You have to remember up to 10. Later on we will remember as we move further. You will remember these remaining parts eventually. So that's about the preamble of the constitution. Tomorrow we will learn about the citizenship, the third day of the polity. This tomorrow we will learn about the union and its territory, the part 1 from article 1 to 4. So that's it about today. Thank you, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share to channel.